A 14-year-old kid just reclassed to ninth grade. He's never played varsity, but his parents paid $15,000 to move him ahead because his trainer said he was falling behind. His highlight tape has 600 views. He's ranked nowhere, but that doesn't matter anymore because in today's game, if you're not ahead, you're already behind. And this kid, he's not alone. Last year, over 1,000 basketball players reclassified in high school, many of them before they could even drive. And most of them, they'll never go pro. They won't even make it to D1. So why is everyone doing it? Who's behind it? Who's profiting? And what happens when the shortcut becomes a trap? At 14, they're being scouted. At 15, they're committing. At 16, they're skipping entire years of development, all for a shot at the league. And for some, like Cooper Flag, it works. Number one pick, millions on the table. But what about the ones it didn't work for? What happened to Mikey Williams, Amoni Bates, Dior Johnson? What about the next wave? Kids like AJ DeBanza and Cameron Boozer, already projected lottery picks before they can vote. This is the reclass revolution, and behind every success is 100 quiet failures, the pressure, the burnout, the trap no one sees until it's too late. This isn't just about basketball, it's about childhood being sold for a highlight reel. You've probably seen it before. A player suddenly jumps to the next class. He was a sophomore, now he's a senior. And just like that, he's closer to the league. That's called reclassing. It's when a player skips a grade, usually for basketball. They either double up on classes or move to a prep school that bends the rules. Some even repeat a grade first, then reclass up later just to dominate. It's not new, but it's never been more common. College coaches love it, agents love it, ranking sites eat it up because it creates stars faster, and on paper, it sounds like a cheat code. You get to the draft quicker, you get NIL deals earlier, and you play against younger, less developed competition. But here's the catch: you're also skipping everything else: growth, development, maturity, and once you're reclassed, there's no going back. It wasn't always like this. Reclassing used to be rare, something done quietly, a move for injured players or kids who needed extra academic time. But somewhere along the way, it became a weapon. In the early 2000s, guys like Dwight Howard and Andrew Bynum skipped college entirely. By the 2010s, players like Marvin Bagley reclassified and jumped to the league faster than ever. Then came the prep school wave, Montverde, IMG Prolific Prep. They turned reclassing into a pipeline, where skipping a year wasn't just accepted, it was encouraged. By 2020, it wasn't just about talent, it was about timing, about branding, about beating the system before it beat you. And when the NIL rules changed, the game changed with it. Suddenly, reclassing wasn't just a move for pros, it was a strategy for high schoolers to get paid and get famous early. Now, it's the norm. If you're not reclassing, you're falling behind. Reclassing isn't random. It's not a glitch in the system. It is the system. At the top of the basketball food chain, places like Montverde, IMG, and Prolific Prep, this isn't high school anymore. It's pre NBA conditioning. They don't just allow players to reclass, no, they structure entire rosters around it. Players are brought in early, held back intentionally, or pushed forward if their bodies develop faster than their minds. Classes are built to be flexible, schedules are built to be televised, and transcripts, let's just say, they're negotiable. This isn't education, it's escalation. Because in this pipeline, it's not about when you're ready, it's about when you're marketable. The earlier you can reclass, the earlier you can rank, the earlier you can go viral, the earlier you can sign. And when that pressure starts at 14, you don't get to grow at your own pace, you grow at their pace. So, why is everyone doing it? Because in 2025, waiting feels like losing. Thanks to the NIL era, you don't have to be in the NBA to make real money. You just need a name, a mixtape, a moment. Reclassing gets you there faster, faster rankings, faster offers, faster exposure. It's not about development anymore. It's about acceleration, and on social media, that speed is everything. Millions of followers, sponsored deals, national TV before senior year. And when you see the top players skipping grades and trending online, what parent wouldn't want their kid next in line? This isn't just peer pressure, it's system pressure. It's if we don't do this, we'll get left behind. The earlier you shine, the bigger the bag. And that's a gamble more and more families are willing to take. And basketball isn't just a sport anymore. It's content. The mixtapes, the slow-mo dunks, the pregame fits, the tunnel walks. Everything is a moment, and everything is recorded. And for today's players, That's the new scoreboard. You're not just trying to win games, you're trying to win the algorithm. Reclassing gets you more attention, more matchups, more viral plays. Even training has changed. It's less about team drills and more about trick shots, 1v1s, and private trainers with cameras. You've got 14-year-olds chasing camera crews and high school coaches building schedules around live stream views. And the crazy part? It works. One viral play can get you an offer. A mixtape can get you followers. Followers turn into deals. This isn't about the scoreboard anymore. It's about the scroll. When you reclass, you don't just move up a grade, you move up expectations. You're now the next one, the breakout, the prodigy. Suddenly, every game is a tryout. Every play is a clip. Every mistake, a meme. And when you're 15, 16 years old, that pressure doesn't just motivate you, it crushes you. Ask Mikey Williams, ask Dior Johnson, ask Amoni Bates. They were all reclassified, all stars before they could drive, all forced to live up to a version of themselves the internet created. And once you go viral, you can't go back to normal. You can't have an off year. You can't take your time because if you stop trending, you disappear. That's the pressure no one talks about. And for a lot of these kids, it starts the second they reclass. And once you go viral, you can't go back to normal. Here's the part no one wants to talk about. What if you reclass you and you're not that guy? You skip a year, you lose your rhythm, you're smaller, you're not ready. Now you're playing older, stronger, faster competition. And if you don't dominate immediately, you're off the radar. Rankings drop, interest fades. The same scouts who called you next stop calling completely. You don't get that year back. There's no rewind button. And once your name cools down, good luck heating it up again. Here's the scariest part of reclassing. There's no backup plan. To move up early, most kids take academic shortcuts, online classes, fast track diplomas, credits that barely count. It works until it doesn't, because when the hoop dream fades, there's no real education to fall back on. No degree, no trade, no plan B. Worse, most reclassed kids burn eligibility. They're too old for certain leagues, too out of rhythm for a late college push. And once you've reclassified twice, maybe three times, you're stuck. You can't drop back. You can't hit reset. All you can do is fade out. And the system, it doesn't come looking for you. No coach calls to check in. No school offers to help. You were valuable until you weren't. And by then, it's already too late. Let's be real. The kids aren't the ones winning here. So who is? Coaches pad their resumes with reclass stars. Schools climb the rankings with viral prospects. Scouts and agents get early access to young talent. Even media pages, they eat off these kids' names before they ever sign a contract. And the system, it's built to reward the people around the players, not the players themselves. Prep schools charge tens of thousands per year. Sneaker companies lock in brand deals by ninth grade. Even handlers, no unofficial middlemen, are getting cuts of NIL deals before kids had their first class. And here's the kicker. If the kid flames out, no one loses. The coach moves on, the school reloads, the algorithm forgets, but the kid, he's left with nothing. No career, no education, just the memory of a mixtape and a dream that never cashed out. This isn't player empowerment, it's exploitation. Behind almost every reclass move is what there's a middleman, not a coach, not a parent, someone else, a private trainer, an AAU plug, a family advisor, and they're not on payroll. But they're calling the shots. They connect kids with schools, negotiate nil deals behind the scenes, even suggest when to reclass because it fits their timeline, not the players. And it's all off the record, no oversight, no regulation, just power moves behind closed doors because if a kid blows up early, the middleman cashes in, NIL cut, management deal, agency tie-ins, and if the kid flames out, no problem, there's always another eighth grader coming up. This is the dark economy of youth basketball where influence is everything and control is the currency. You thought it was about talent. Nah, it's about who's guiding the talent. At this point, reclassing isn't just a strategy, it's an arms race. One kid does it, now his whole team considers it. One school starts fast tracking players, now their rivals are behind. And it's not just elite programs, it's everywhere. Local coaches push kids to reclass early, not because they're ready, but because the kid across town already did. Parents feel pressure, trainers encourage it. AAU programs build their rosters around it. It's not about development anymore, it's about optics, exposure, speed. Even middle schoolers are being asked, are you reclassing or staying? Like it's a business decision at 13 because the fear is real. If we don't reclass, we might miss the window. But here's the truth no one says out loud. The faster everyone tries to win this race is the more broken the system becomes. In a system built on speed, slowing down might be the real cheat code, because while everyone's racing to reclass, some of the smartest players, they're taking their time, they're developing their bodies, sharpening their game, maturing mentally, not just chasing rankings, but actually getting better. And guess what? When those players finally hit the spotlight, they're ready for it. Less burnout, less pressure, more control over their future. College coaches are noticing too. They've seen the fast tracked guys flame out. They want players who know who they are, not just who the internet says they are. And in a world addicted to instant results, being the kid who waits, that makes you rare. Sometimes the best move is no move at all. So, where does this all end? How young is too young to reclass? How far are we willing to push kids before they even know who they are? Because if we keep moving the timeline back, if 17 becomes old and 14 becomes late, what's next? Are we building the next generation of star, burning them out before they get the chance? The pressure, the pace, the handlers, the hype, it's not slowing down. And the worst part, nobody's in control. Parents are guessing, players are gambling, programs are exploiting, and the kids, they're just trying to keep up, trying not to fall behind, trying to survive a system that was never built for them. This isn't development, it's distortion. And until something changes, the trap is only going to get deeper. Reclassing was supposed to be a shortcut. Now it's a trap, a system built on speed, exposure, and pressure with no safety net. And the worst part, most kids won't know they're caught until it's too late. If you made it this far, drop a like and share this with someone who thinks they've got the game figured out. Because before we fix the system, we need to understand it.